what is happening with some of these cards? Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So discount code MCO40 is going to save you on your purchase on anything that you're going to want over here on pre-sales. I do see still number C104 still trucking along. Starlight Albion still doing very, very well. I now see Scarlight and Radiant Typhoon. Both of these have moved up, which is actually kind of cool. See, Albion got cratered off the market at 20 bucks. Zeus is $3. I will say the ultra stamped cards are very, very nice. See, Saranir is not repopulated. Now, on the top end of this, these extended full art Starlights have been wiped out, man. Like Dragoon, the Mirror Jade, and the Dominus all moved at 500. The Wake Up sold at frickin' 300, and the Quasar also bumped out at 300. That is crazy to think about, but that's just how the market is right now. Super Poly's coming in still at 60s. Really nice. So I guess the more you know with that. But yeah, discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase. Kong's over here. Shifter still best selling over here. Cross out bringing up the rear with Zeus, which is good. I see Ghost Bell stamped has been wiped out in both versions. That's really, really cool. Hello, Called By. How are you? A lot of the nice stamped art stuff is still available. And yes, like I said, discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase on anything that you are going to want over here. All right, so this is absurd to me. Necroquip Princess has hit a price tag of $333.33. Why is this card at such a crazy price point? I don't have an answer for you, because we originally saw it was like $100 and it was like okay at that, but like I don't know what I'm missing with this card. You've had one sale at $120 and you just had really no other bites. I mean, 76, 93, 85, 90 were about it, and the top end crazy numbers are really just slamming into the market here. And I can't help but do a double take with this and just go, is this one of the most expensive listed modern era Starlight rares for no real reason right now? Because it does feel like that. It does very much feel that you're going to walk away, you're going to look at this and you're just going to go, yeah, that is the case. Because like, truly, this is just nuts to think about. Dark End Dragon. Well, I shouldn't be surprised to see this. Remember the rule. If it's a quarter century card and anybody finds a singular crumb of purpose for the card, it's probably going to go up in value. And of course, older formats, Edison, that's what you're seeing here. $26, $30, $32, eventually hitting the $35 on up to the $45 mark. And the progression just kind of goes from here. Now, I mean, if you bought this back in January, it was a $13 card. You were doing just fine on the long-term bag in that time. And of course, just looking at the market over the last couple of days, I see 24, 23, 22, 19. They've been escalating up for a little while. But once again, it's an old card that is good in older formats. And to the players that want those new modern era cards to, upgrade their older decks, then that's exactly what we're sitting on here. Change of Heart. This one I just wanted to pull up because I thought it was very interesting to see if this card's kind of doing like the opposite right now. Now, I will say we're deep in ban this season right now. All right. We could see the TCG do something that the OCG did and actually try to push this and Snatch Steal to, try to break the format, oh yes, using my going second, slamming down, change your heart, snatch steal, would just be like the broken dream of things. But I don't think it's realistically going to happen. But right now, these are $15 a copy. I just wanted to point this out because as the market kind of shifts around here, as we see, more people kind of bouncing around going, oh, like this looks acceptable. Cheap quarter century cards are definitely something to kind of keep an eye on, All right, Jet Synchron. Why? Why are you so freaking expensive? First of all, $60 for a Jet Synchron is by far some of the dumbest shit I have ever seen. All right, but you know what? It's because, what, Elf Note wants to try to play this? The Synchro Turbo stuff wants to play it whenever we actually get that set coming out in the near future. You know, there is reason to see this card actually gaining its upward momentum right now. Not happy about it, because, what, you can come down here and get a super rare for 65 cents? They're basically $1. I can get Mesa Millennia Rares for 3 cents and 8 cents. Like, the super, you can get a penny down here from Phantom Revenge for a rare. Like, come on, guys. Like, I to see such a card being presented in such a high, respectable manner in the market, it's not worth it. Blackwing Shura the Flame for the 10. You know, this is just old at this stage. Though my problem here is none of these are verified. It's actually, why is your price $8.24 with $20 shipping? Interesting. But lowest verified is actually $40. That says a lot for the future. We've also got Warlock of the Ice Bear. First of all, if you've not been kind of paying attention to Ice Barrier, you should probably go back and kind of dust off some of the old Ice Barrier cards, because this deck actually has some really dumb things going about it. You know, this one being the one that forces you to set spell cards before activating them, and you literally cannot activate them until the next turn, which is, you know, really, really good for floodgate bullshit. But, you know, it also means I have to have another Ice Barrier monster in order to get this stupidly good effect. So, more to think about. Herald of the Mirage Light. So, I do want to point out something here. So, a lot of people have been talking about, like, the TCG player direct pricing up here has really been throwing off some of the player base. Like, I don't know if they just haven't realized that, you know, if you scroll down, you will be able to, you know, find something else. But that's not really been, you know, the case. It's like somebody's gonna be like, oh my god, there's $100. If you scroll on down here, this is a dollar card. Moving on up to like $1.50. And to be fair, I mean, like, this card has been moving for a little while. Like, decent numbers of these have been actually turning over. The major takeaway here is Dark Lords want this card, and you got to give some credit to the casual Dark Lord players right now. They've actually been wanting to pick up more stuff and have more interactions to kind of play the game, which is kind of nice. Rescue Cats, you know, Super Rescue Cats are still $108. Like, we got the quarter centuries for this, but like the top end rarity just has really not budged down on this, which is pretty telling of the times, honestly. Now, when you move down here to the rest of the cats, Turbo Pack rares are sub $1. You can get quarter centuries for $3. You can also get the alt art for $3. So why would I want? You can pick up 30 of each of these and basically, or excuse me, get 15 of each and basically have one super cat. You know, that's kind of crazy to think about. I do think that the QCRs are more worth it long term, though. But, okay. And then, of course, the DDS Blue Eyes White Dragon. You know, the only near mints of these on the market are the one with the picture here and this one with the picture, coming in at crazy numbers. Now, you take this off, these are starting to get a little bit scarce. Damaged ones are coming in decently priced, but then you hit light play here, 5 at 1200, and then you got another one here at 13. I never thought I would see the day that, like, these blue eyes are becoming even rarer. Like, I'm actually wondering if we're going to start to see the damaged ones. Well, the damaged ones have actually been getting wiped off of the market right now. That's very interesting. You might actually see a time in your life where these cards are going to be, even the damaged ones, are going to be worth something. And that's a crazy thing to think about. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back later in the day, guys. Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.